Hey, Chicago, I figured it out. Happy people are on cloud 9, angry people are on cloud 187, and all the untalented people are on SoundCloud. The Destin Legend Leon Rogers, 107.5 WGCI. To my left, Miss Tia Ewing, Emmy Award-winning reporter, holding it down, coming off the wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I feel like it too.
Week.
Ooh, I'm
just so glad I didn't have to eat relatives cooking this year.
You know what? I did, and I will say that my little cousin Megan threw down. Out of all the people that cooked, no shade to my other family members, she was the best, and she was the youngest in the kitchen.
What did she make?
She made everything: greens, turkey, sweet potatoes.
How old is she?
She is right at around 31.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something like she like 13 or 12, 31. She better know how to cook something. She's going to be single forever.
Yeah, I had some other family members cook. The young kids, I call them kids. They're like in their 20s. They cook too. They did a good job too. But those greens, I don't even like greens.
I laugh at people who say stuff like, yeah, man, I make a bomb mac and cheese. Not really hard to mess mac and cheese up. It's mac and cheese.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You can't mess that up. I don't care how many cheeses you use, you cannot mess up mac and cheese.
Well, this is messed up. We got to talk about former police superintendent Eddie Johnson, and a lot of people are saying, man, this is crazy. I don't even really know where to start. What we do know is that the former police superintendent was discovered slumped over the wheel on October 16th in the early morning hours. And so as a result of that, a lot of stuff has come out. A lot of tea has been spilled, and a lot of people are sipping tea as a result. So Mayor Lori Lightfoot just a few days ago announced that she was firing him after reviewing the videotape. And one thing that I thought was very interesting, she said 2 times that she did not want to bring out more details of what happened because she didn't want to embarrass his family, didn't want to hurt his family. So obviously we knew it had something to do with the woman.
Side piece.
And the crazy thing is, obviously, people know the former police superintendent is married. So now people are like, you know, guessing what has happened. But his letter, basically, he put a letter out to the public. He pretty much owned that he had a lapse in judgment. So I think you can probably just boil that down to saying, hey, yes, I was cheating. But he never admitted to actually lying to the public, even though he told us that it was an issue with his meds. And then he told the mayor that he was drinking at Sirius Cafe. I've heard that the drinks are so crazy there that anybody could be off their rocker if they drink there. What do you think about all of this?
Was he lying? Was he drinking at Sirius?
Yes, he was drinking at Sirius with the woman.
Right.
And the woman he promoted to his security detail. She has now been demoted. She filed for divorce in 2018. She said that at one time they both have had troubled marriages, and that's that. So
I'm going to keep going back to his statement. He was drinking. That's not a lie.
That part's not a lie.
He was drinking there. I don't think he lied. He just omitted certain parts of the story.
What the meds got to do with you drinking?
He was maybe the drinking messed with the meds.
Okay.
Now, if you want the headlines from me, from my paper, it's going to say, top cop chop for getting top. Boom! Story, run with it. Put it out.
Wow.
Page 1. Top cop chop for getting top.
That's a good one.
Film at 11.
Lie.
So
that's damn good.
There was another reason he was slumped over at that steering wheel on the side of the road. We've all been there, fellas. You got to pull over.
Well, that's what people say, but then
get them cameras out.
If you look at what was reported earlier today, it's also saying that he dropped the woman off before he was discovered slumped over the wheel. So we'll have to see. That video at some point is going to come out. The report is going to come out. It's going to say if a woman was in the car. It's going to say if he was doing something salacious in the car, because that's what a lot of people are assuming, but we don't officially know what was going on in the car. I want to believe that he would, not act like a 17-year-old and go somewhere a little bit private than in a car to get it in.
I love Eddie. That's my man. That's my guy. So maybe I'm a little bit biased on this one. But go ahead, let him finish out the year, reprimand him behind closed doors. Shoot a shot at him on the way out the door if you want to. But by you saying I'm not going to say anything out of respect, you're saying something.
Exactly.
You let us all know what you did. So, man, whatever. Hey, man, Eddie, I'm with you. And free Blago. It's still free Blago, and it still leave my man Eddie alone.
All right. Well, a lot of people are talking about this. December 4th, 1969. That should...
Jay-Z birthday.
No.
Oh, my fault.
This should really be relevant to a lot of people because that is the day that Black Panther leader Fred Hampton was killed on Chicago's West Side. And what's really interesting is several in-town newspapers have put out articles about what really happened that day. One of the most, I think, alarming facts that came out, the Tribune actually put out an article in which they claim that there were nails, or I should take that back. They claim that Fred Hampton and his crew was shooting at police, and it turned out to be nails that had pierced the building, and that was not true. So a lot of people still have a big question mark as to what happened, and many people, depending on what side of Chicago you're from, many people believe that he was ambushed at the hands of Chicago police and never fired one shot. Do you remember seeing the pictures after all this was said and done?
Well, I used to talk to Fred Hampton Jr., his son,
there you go.
all the time.
He'll tell you
Listen,
about it.
You know, stuff like this is touchy with me because it's amazing how they'll put it right up in your face that, yeah, this didn't happen. Man, we know at that point in time, back in those days, what the climate was, what the Black Panther Party meant to African-American people, and also Fred Hampton ain't the only one. They got to him. They tried to do the same thing to Stokely Carmichael, Sada Shakur. You know, they had these people leaving the country to go to Cuba to keep from being extradited back over here because there was a manhunt for the Black Panther Party, the nationalist group that they call them. But meanwhile, today, we have guys running around in khaki pants and red hats that call themselves nationalists, but they're not considered terrorists. So, I mean, you know, all the newspapers can come with their rhetoric like, oh, we've got these stories, man. But people that know this was a manhunt and a hunt for a lot of the people in the Black Panther Party. From day one, especially people who they thought were rabble-rousers and could create trouble, like a Stokely Carmichael, like a Fred Hampton. And
the sad part is, if you look at the history, being an African-American person, you know that they were there in so many ways, enriching the community, teaching the community educational things, feeding the community, talking about getting jobs. And so to do that, to dismantle something that I don't think we've had ever since, is just really an awful situation for our culture.
At the end of the day, we do have it. People just don't choose to follow. There are a lot of organizations that still are doing the same thing, but we don't get behind them because we let things like the Bible and other things that they put in front of our face keep us distracted. That's just my personal opinion.
I could get on board with that.
We'll be right back. More Later with Leon coming up.
Dak brings Dallas's explosive offense to prime time. Cowboys, Bears, Thursday Night Football on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video.
Thursday Night Football on Fox 32 is brought to you by Menards.
Don't you want to get more for your money? Well, nothing's easier than saving money with Insure on the Spot. Get your free auto insurance quote in just 2 minutes, and they insure everyone. Quality auto insurance you can afford. Average savings $315. Call Insure on the Spot now. 773-202-5060. That's Insure on the Spot. 773-202-5060. Or click on insureonthespot.com.
What do all these products have in common? They can all be delivered today. App now offers free same-day delivery on thousands of items. Call or chat with our experts online to find the perfect gifts for everyone on your holiday list. It's never been easier to get everything you need delivered right to your home. And when we deliver, it's always done by one of our own professionals. App. Delivered from our family to yours.
I have something for you.
I have something for you, too.
It's the GMC Denali season to upgrade. Get up to 20% below MSRP on these GMC Denali models. That's over $14,000 total value on this Sierra Denali. We are professional grade. GMC.
Diamonds, the timeless gift. The Jewelry Exchange has thousands of GIA diamonds at the guaranteed lowest price. Half-carat solitaires $4.99, 1-carat $9.90, 2-carat $24.90, and 1-carat studs $5.99. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange, Villa Park.
Welcome back to Later with Leon. I'm your host, the Dustin Legend, Leon Rogers, 107.5 WGCI. You see it to my far left Emmy Award-winning reporter Miss Tia Ewing is in the building, the lady in black. And to my immediate left, my guy who filled them. You know, I heard you did a wonderful job. Kyle Santillian is also on the morning show.
Appreciate you.
Heard you did a wonderful job.
But when you called the bat phone and say, Kyle, I need you, I said, I got to come through, you know?
They said you had a joke and everything in the beginning.
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to let people know, like, yes, you're used to seeing Leon. Let me give you a little blessing tonight.
They said, because of course I didn't get to see it till like the next day or whatever on Fox Soul or whatever. But said you did a good job, man.
Thank
you held it down. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's kind of hard to find something that rhymes with Kyle.
Smile.
We still good.
Smile with
Kyle. No, it's not gonna get numbers. Doesn't translate to nighttime.
The people just can't relate.
Smile with Kyle. What is this? A positive thinking show? No. Later with Leon.
Later with Leon.
Let's go. Let's go. What we got? What we got?
All right, we got to talk about Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
What are we talking about?
President Donald Trump, as you call him, number 45.
45.
He is calling Justin Trudeau and a whole lot of other, I guess you would say, elites across the nation right now and country, beyond this country. He's calling them two-faced and cheap, and this is why. Let's take a listen.
It's a big 40 minutes.
So they're in a huddle there talking about President Donald Trump. So you got Justin Trudeau, you have the British Prime Minister there, Boris Johnson, the French president as well. And at one point, Justin Trudeau said that his jaw dropped to the floor. And so he was asked, what did he mean by that? And his comment is that when he found out that the next G7 summit will be held at Camp David. Do you believe that that's really what they were talking about? I think it's much more than that. They were calling, it sounds like to me, President Donald Trump, in layman terms, an idiot. That's what it seems like.
Did Trump call Trudeau two-faced or blackface?
They probably both.
Now, which one? He got three faces. If you're two-faced, then you got to add that blackface in there, would just let me know Trudeau got jokes, man. Nobody respects him.
Right.
Nobody.
That's what you're learning.
This was encouraging for me.
Nobody.
It was encouraging because it shows that other people don't take him serious either.
Now,
across this country, not just here.
Now, here's why I'm going to defend 45.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't have had a problem if he'd have walked over and said, hey, so who got jokes? And then fired on one of them, slapped him and said, now, anybody else got something to say? Now, let's see who think everything is funny.
I don't think he can fight. I think he can talk a lot, but I don't think he can fight.
Well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't have said nothing if he'd have walked over to Trudeau. He's like, hey, you got, I slapped the black off you.
Right, he ain't going to do
that. And then Trudeau would be like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Justin Trudeau is hot.
Yeah,
here we go.
He is, man. I got a thing for accents, you know, people from other places.
Oh
okay, well, let's talk about... I do, it's true. Let's talk about the Migos, but in this case, we're going to talk about Offset. Of course, you know he's married to Cardi B.
That's right.
And I don't know what you guys think of this. He is claiming that his Instagram account was hacked because Tekashi 6ix9ine's girlfriend is saying that he was sliding in her DMs, and Cardi B is defending him as well, saying no way, basically, he wouldn't have done this. What do you guys think?
You know Tekashi 6ix9ine girlfriend gonna tell. But
yes,
I will say this for Offset. He did what any scared man in this position to do because he's been caught up before.
Yeah.
He went and got the receipts. He went to Facebook, Google, Instagram, and said, hey, man, tell these people I got hacked, man.
That's why we believe him. He didn't do that. I mean, he obviously got hacked. I mean, he showed you exactly what was going on.
And I'm not being a hater, but the girl...
What?
But see, I don't know why women do that.
I'm just saying.
That's so funny to me. Like, no.
She's not a looker.
Like, women do this, they're not a looker. If he slid in her DMs, it wasn't about her looks.
Right.
Like that's what women. That's what women don't get. Yeah, bumps and bumps. How many times?
MC Hammer had a song called "Pumps and a Bump."
How many times you seen? How many times you seen a dude out?
Yeah.
With a chick who looked like Floyd Mayweather in the face, but she got the body of Serena Williams.
And you like, he just don't look at it.
You just like, he don't look at it.
Floyd Mayweather, I think you're cute, so I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Like, you think a chick that look like Floyd Mayweather is cute?
I think Floyd is cute, so I don't know.
Floyd is, I said, man,
everybody's cute today.
I don't. No, I don't. I don't think y'all cute. All right.
Day.
You lying.
Okay,
that's a blessing.
You got me. All right, we got to talk about Peloton. I know it's on a lot of people's Christmas wish list. Those bikes are freaking expensive, first of all, but their ad that they have right now for the holidays is getting a whole lot of criticism, and let's take a look at it.
First ride, I'm a little nervous, but excited. Let's do this. 5 days in a row. You surprised? I am. 6 a.m. Yay.
Rising with the sun.
That was totally worth it.
Let's go, Grace in Boston. 50 rides.
She just said my name. A year ago, I didn't realize how much this would change me. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys kind of were looking like, what is the, criticism about? Well, people are saying that, first of all, this woman is obsessing over a bike. That's number one. Number two, a lot of people criticize, oddly enough, her size, saying that you're already real thin. You really don't need to be criticizing over a bike. You need to be criticizing over a meal. So what do you guys make of it? Do you see a problem with that ad?
I think it's ridiculous.
The ad or the criticism?
For me, brother.
The
Go
fact,
ahead.
okay, so
hold that down.
Who are these people that are mad? Shut
get
up!
on my nerves, G.
Oh my God, what are y'all mad about? She's got on a bike. Her husband bought it for her for Christmas. She's happy about it. Y'all will find anything to be mad about. I don't get it.
Here's what I'm mad about. You're selling it to people like me that don't work out. So I want to see somebody that look like me riding a bike.
Part of it.
Okay.
Now, they talking like, oh, she's already skinny. She's going to have people obsessed with being skinny. So what? Yeah, I want to be skinny. If that's what I can look like riding a bike, so be it. But what you need to do is have a big 6'3", 250-pound brother named Charles riding the bike. Then what? Somebody's going to say, you're fat shaming.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Like,
exactly.
We live in such a hypersensitive society that get on my nerves.
So out of
Every
pocket.
group is mad about something, blase this, blase that. If the woman want to be skinny, ride a bike, and eat croissants, let her do it for $5,000. That's what you should be mad about.
They were saying the husband was abusive, like making her get on his bike.
Ride that bike!
Yeah. And you don't even see him in any of the ads.
Oh, my God.
These people are crazy.
That is so crazy.
You see us when we come back, man. I'll be talking to legendary coach Rob Smith for Simeon about the Chicago Elite Classic. That's coming up next on Later with Leon.
Are going on now during Menards Christmas catalog sale. Update your bathroom with a new toilet from Mansfield. This Summit Tall Elongated Toilet is $149.99. This Denali Tall Elongated Toilet with high performance flush is $189.99. Update your floor with new sheet vinyl from Mohawk. Strike sheet vinyl is durable and water resistant with easy installation. 79 cents a square foot. Plus, give the perfect gift this Christmas with the Menards gift card.
Greetings to you all from Menards.
Welcome to Toyotathon. Hey. Ready for a great deal?
You know it.
With savings on Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more, it really is the most magical time of the year. Can you pretend you didn't see this?
But I'm seeing it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a spacious new 2019 Toyota Highlander.
You never know what you'll find at Toyotathon. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
When you need Social Security disability benefits, you'll want a lawyer. But beware of law firms that treat you like a case file. You won't even see some out-of-town lawyers until you see a judge. I'm Tom Nash. Get a disability lawyer dedicated to local Chicago people. We've helped more Chicago area people get benefits than any other law firm.
Call 1-800-332-NASH, Nash Disability Law.
Every patient is unique in the same way that every person is unique. When a patient comes to a Rush Cancer Center, they are seen by a multidisciplinary team of specialists. Each of those specialists bring their own unique perspective and recommendations, and the patient walks out of there with a comprehensive plan for the treatment of their cancer. It is a privilege to work with colleagues who are not only the top specialists in their field, but they also have the same patient-centered philosophy.
Welcome back to Later with Leon. I'm your host, the Destin legend, Leon Rogers from 107.5 WGCI. And it brings me much joy today to have my guy in here from Simeon High School, Coach Rob Smith. How you doing, Rob?
Good.
All right, so you got something real big jumping off this weekend. It's the Chicago Elite Classic, where we get teams from all across the nation that come to Chicago, the mecca of basketball. I said it, all my people out in New York, East Coast, y'all don't get mad at me. Chicago is the mecca of basketball. You know, I done felt that way a long time. So talk about what it's like to have one of the top teams in the country, Simeon, a great program. You guys have an established legacy from Hambrick down to you. You've put guys in the NBA. What type of pressure is that for you and your guys at Simeon, and how do you all handle that?
Well, it's a lot of pressure, you know, because every year in, year out, people expect for us to win city and state. You know, when I first started coaching, that was the ultimate goal, and just winning it. It's still one of our main goals, but the most objective is to make sure that the young men go to college for free. You know.
Talk about the Chicago Elite Classic. Why do you all start this tournament, and what made you guys come up with the idea to have this tournament here?
Well, myself and Coach Slaughter had been traveling around the country. We had Jabari and Okafor at that time, so we were all over playing. And then we just thought about what better place to have it than Chicago. You know, let people from outside of Chicago be able to see our beautiful city, and not just the negative stuff that they see on TV or hear, you know, through social media. So we just wanted to bring those teams and different people to Chicago.
And when you say Coach Slaughter, you mean Coach Slaughter from Whitney Young High School, of course, where Jahlil Okafor went. Jahlil Okafor, you got Morgan Park with their strong program. Of course, you all have the Battle of Vincennes every year. Real quick, off topic, real quick. Why can't the Battle of Vincennes take place on Vincennes? When is the city going to say, hey, you know, Morgan Park, y'all gym too small, let's get something cracking down there where you guys can keep that on the south side and not have to travel somewhere just to play that game?
Well, when we play it at Simeon, we do play it there, so that's really the only time it's the Battle of Vincennes. And actually, we have been playing it at Morgan Park. It's kind of unfortunate that everybody don't get a chance to see it because the gym is so small, but we've played it the last couple of years, and it's crazy because Morgan Park has won at Simeon, and we've won at Morgan Park. So neither one of the home teams have won in quite a while. But that rivalry is just big right now with Coach Irvin and what he's doing over there with the team he's put together in the last couple of years, and then the history of Simeon.
2 days for the tournament. What are some of the games we need to look forward to? Especially on Friday, you got a good one, Oak Park, Fenwick. That looks like that's going to be a barn burner. And what are some of the big-name teams that are coming in town to play?
Yeah, that Oak Park and Fenwick game is huge. I mean, it's the Battle of Oak Park, pretty much. You know, you got Fenwick and Oak Park, and there's just a great atmosphere for basketball. Their fans come dressed up in Christmas outfits, and they got all these different chants and stuff like that. So it's huge for Friday night. And then Saturday, you got #1 team in the state right now, Bloom, playing Pace Academy, which Pace is out of Atlanta. That's where Wendell Carter went to. And then you bring in Christian Brothers from St. Louis. That's where Jason Tatum's dad is coach there. And then you bring Duncanville in, who has 3 or 4 Division I players who will be playing Whitney Young that night. And then you bring in St. Francis from Baltimore, who we will be playing that night, who has 4 Division I players that night. So it's just a great lineup of basketball. Them are the headliners, but you still got Lincoln Park and Kenwood, which will be a good matchup. And then also you have the women's game.
The ladies.
Yeah, you have that Simeon and Homewood Fluff. That's going to be a tough one right there, good one. So just a great day of basketball.
That Duncanville team, they've won a couple of state titles, too, the past couple of years. And they come in off that high,
I think they won 3 in a row. You know, and trying to look for #4.
So what we got to do to get Sierra Canyon down here? Let's let that all-star team they got out there, which, like, you know, and this brings up a very interesting question. Amari Bailey, who's from Chicago, who played, I think he was at Morgan Park, correct?
Morgan Park, yeah.
And then he left. How does that make you feel when guys leave and go away? You know, are you happy for them because they're getting a better opportunity, or you kind of wish they would stay here and represent the city?
We definitely wish they'd stay at home and represent, but they still from Chicago no matter what.
No matter what.
You know, Sierra Canyon is someone who we reached out to come back, and so he could come back and play, and
Wade,
have him come and play, but their schedule was full.
Okay.
So it's something we're looking into next year and try to bring in and bring some guys of caliber to play with them, and it'd be good for the city.
How can people go about getting tickets to the Chicago League Classic this weekend? Where can they look up the information?
You can get it from all the participating schools, Ticketmaster, and Wintrust Box Office.
Man, thank you for stopping by. Always a pleasure, man, to have a legendary coach in the building. We'll be right back. More later with Leon coming up right here on Fox 32.
This is my elementary school. Such a big part of my childhood was here, 1st through 8th grade. This is my high school. It was here on this stage where I fell in love with musicals and performing. This is my tennis court. Every time I drive by it, I'm reminded of my childhood with my dad. This is my neighborhood. This is my home.
You know when you're at Ross and you find their favorite hero at a price that makes you the hero? Yes. That's Yes for Less. With hot holiday toys for all ages, Ross is your toy destination. It feels even better when you find it for less. At Ross, Yes for Less.
Yeah.
Honda Days is on now. Unwrap the joy of a new Civic sedan, the best-selling car in its class.
That's all right.
Celebrate the magic of the season.
Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline, New York. Makes every lash fully sensational. Our fanning brush volumizes every kind of lash. For sensational full fan effect. Lash Sensational, only from Maybelline, New York.
Jimmy G leads the 49ers.
Brilliant.
Against Drew Brees and the Saints.
Touchdown.
It all kicks off Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
The NFL on Fox is brought to you locally by Xfinity.
Jimmy G leads the 49ers.
Brilliant.
Against Drew Brees and the Saints.
Touchdown.
It all kicks off Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
The NFL on Fox is brought to you by Volkswagen.
You know when you're at Ross and you find a deal on cookware that makes you say, yes. Oh yeah, bring on the holidays. That's yes for less. Everything you need to prep, cook, and serve up the season. It feels even better when you find it for less. At Ross, yes for less.
You're good people. I ask everything of them.
911, Mondays at 8/7 Central on Fox.
We talked about a story today where it said the newspapers like the Chicago Tribune were trying to retract statements that saying that Fred Hampton got into a shootout with Chicago police when obviously he didn't. We all know what it is, but here's the thing that I tell everybody. Do the homework. Do the research yourself. Find out for yourself. Get the knowledge for yourself. It's out there in open and plain sight. They're hiding it from you. So watch and find out for yourself, and at the end of the day, give yourself the knowledge. Hey, for Tia Ewing, myself, the Destin legend Leon Rogers, thank you for watching Later with Leon. Chicago, if you see something, say something. We'll see you tomorrow.